Yes, hello, my people. Welcome back to another episode of the Navvai Shift. I got my co-host Darnell, and today we're joined by Milan Vilcek. He's the founder and CEO of TopLeader, which is a platform helping organizations develop leadership and mentorship at scale by connecting employees to certified coaches and mentors through an experience powered by intelligent tech. Milan, how are you? You well?
Yeah, I'm well. Thank you for having me.
No, it's an absolute pleasure, and welcome to the show. So, it would be great to start off, very early days in relation to entrepreneurship. But before we do get into that, could you give us a brief intro in relations to TopLeader, how it started?
Yeah, sure. Very happy, and thank you for the introduction, Joshua. Our story goes back to 2018 and then 19 when we developed the first initial mobile application, and we focused initially on well-being and mental health. And we understood that we need to make it viable. It was B2C, and it was quite difficult by that time to really make our presence on the market. And we understood that we should definitely incorporate also companies and welcome them on board. And that was one of the milestones when we understood that market need is somewhere else. That companies came to us saying, yeah, it's all very nice, it's great, but what we really need is to make our managers to become better leaders. And therefore, for us, this was like this mind shift. Okay, rather than us going to companies and persuading them to start using our well-being application for their employees and managers, rather to listen to them. And that's what we did. And we decided that we will follow up on what we have developed initially, but to restructure it, redesign it. So it became a brand new web platform with rebranding. And since then, we've been listening carefully to what companies say and to what their managers and employees say. And that's where we are now. It's our second year of our startup of TopLeader. And since the very beginning, thankfully, we were able to run dozens of pilot projects in different companies of all different sizes. Thankfully, to the fact that we combine that it's digital, that it's focused on leadership, that we have implemented AI appropriately. And above all, we enable users to connect to certified coaches and now newly also to mentors. So that all brings really added value for everyone who wants to develop themselves, and also, of course, for companies where they can also see and track, see aggregated data, how it works and how it helps. And it can be also customized to specific programs, different companies. So, every company has got different culture, different history, different people that are supposed to make things happen. So we always need to discuss what is necessary and what's the need on their side.
No, that's impressive. That's impressive. I always feel like, of course, we're sitting in the seat of, being founders of a business, and we understand how important it is for, leadership and development to be implemented within, startups essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But was there any like early lessons that stick with you just in relations to like leadership and development?
Yeah, many actually. And we got it the platform in 4 different languages. That's English, Czech, French, and German. And from the very beginning, we wanted to scale. It's like every startup wants to scale and grow fast. And then you face the reality that it's not always that easy, and especially in B2B sector. And where our main co-partners should be learning and development. So it's also about building this rapport and the relationship, and it takes time. So scaling is not that fast as we would wish it would. Nevertheless, the platform is ready for scaling. So from the technical point of view, it's there. And another fact, as I said, you always need to listen carefully to every single company. It's wise if you distribute appropriately your time and energy because we also tried to speaking to small companies where it seemed that we would have like 10 different users, and then it ended up that it would go for pilot projects for one single user, with big question mark whether there's going to be at all something out of that. So I know that this is like a regular startup journey. Nevertheless, yeah, that's why we also focus rather on mid and large companies where we face different obstacles. So that, of course, yeah, they got already some supplier, they got some infrastructure, so you need to understand like how it works. And yeah, nevertheless, with our platform, we really want to make it work for the end user, so that we really bring added value for every single user who wants to develop and grow. And that's where we need to be very active and listen to every valuable feedback. So yeah, a lot of lessons learned. One of them I can mention, like a year ago, when we were that stubborn that we want to scale it, and we are only online. We've been receiving questions and requests whether we can provide also on-site trainings and sessions, and so we really wanted to have it like online and grow fast. We said like, no, this is not what we do. But then after 2 or 3 meetings, I was like, hell, like this is what they want. This is what they need. Like the experts from our pool, they do that on their daily basis. Why not to say that we can deliver it, if we of course can deliver it? So yeah, trying to find a way how really you can be beneficial for the client, and yeah, listen to what they need.
So I definitely think the element of listening to clients is actually underrepresented. And a lot of people, I think even when we actually started our journey, we was a bit not naive, but we thought, because everyone was in AI rush, let's just hurry up to build something instead of actually doing our market research. And then throughout the journey, we've actually realized the importance of firstly doing your market research and listening to what the clients want instead of what you think they would want. Milan, I did want to ask, what was that kind of defining moment when it became obvious that mentorship and performance was like the most urgent problem to solve?
From the very beginning, we understood that companies, and especially their employees and managers, when it comes to development, they like to have the interaction with someone real, I would say. We can also discuss some future potential having the situation where you have the virtual coach, etc. Nevertheless, we are still human, so we understood that also employees and managers, they want to have someone real, and that's why we understood that yeah, we should create this pool. We also saw it different competitors, so now we are not trying to put ourselves as solely coaching platform. So we have opened the doors also to mentors, because also we understand that sometimes first, like companies still like mix it. So coaching is something different than mentoring, and sometimes the need is either for one or two or mix. So we understood that yeah, this fact that and that's what we also claim for our TopLeader platform, where we combine this digital world with human touch. So yeah,
absolutely. I feel like the element of human touch is imperative, especially with AI on the rise, so people actually often forget about it. But Milan, since you are the expert, I did want to ask, in your opinion, what do you think defines like a great mentor or coach in your view?
What
What do you think defines a great mentor or coach in
okay,
your view?
yeah. That's interesting, because when we speak that our platform should serve for every single user, we also need to understand that every single user is unique, and therefore you can have a great mentor with huge experience, but somehow when they meet with their client, it always doesn't click well. So first of all, if you want to get somewhere, you need to, as an end user and as a person, you need to feel comfortable and confident that the counterparter is someone who can understand you, who maybe has been also in your shoes in the past. And yeah, certifications can help. We also have all coaches certified, but it doesn't also mean that they would be 100% best and suitable for everyone. So I would definitely say that it depends how they understand each other, and that's why also chemistry session helps. Plus, yeah, of course, like if you are someone in the industry of IT, you would prefer to have a mentor who has been in that field as well, and ideally who had already went through the journey you would like to get through, so that you can learn something from them logically. And yeah, that would be about the mentoring. And about coaching, you can have also different kind of coaches with different approaches. That's why also we don't say the coaches in our pool how they should do their work, because we understand that with their experience, they know the best what they should do and how to approach it. And either it clicks or it doesn't, and they know that they can get some other client, and also the particular client can find someone more maybe suitable. So someone who can open the eyes for you, ask right questions, get you where you want to get, mostly faster. And yeah, asking these right questions, it's can really clean your thoughts and thinking process. So definitely someone experienced in both fields.
100%. I definitely feel what you said. Chemistry certainly matters 100%. Even just relating that to when I was a little bit younger, even playing sports, having a coach. There were, for example, I'm really tall, right? And there was a time where we were playing basketball from like year 7 to, I think it was like year 8. Sorry, we tried to play basketball, but the coach that we had, he wasn't necessarily, he just didn't gel with us. It was just, he didn't gel with us as a PE teacher. And then we had another teacher that came in, Mr. Davis. I always remember him, and he literally got so many of us all together. He got us training. He got us training after school. We got us playing more matches, more tournaments, and I think it was just the fact that he just knew how to gel with us, and he had that chemistry. He knew how to just. He just knew how to communicate with us overall.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And when it works, you can understand it and feel it immediately. You don't need titles and this kind of like authoritarian approach. So the leader is someone who you can really trust, and from immediate moment you can see, okay, this can work.
100%. I wanted to delve into like the tech side of things. So how does TopLeader combine like tech and human input to create that experience that feels relevant and personalized?
Yeah. That's a great question. Also because of every single digital platform and application, some struggle with them, some try to bring some gamification, etc. But it always comes down to engagement. So when I'm thinking about the next steps where we would move with our platform, I'm even open to like very different and wide thoughts of even like experimenting first, like with ideas, then trying to get the feedback on that. Sometimes the feedback might be positive, and if it's then in place, you can find that in reality it doesn't work as it was expected. I think like every entrepreneur was there. So you have to be also very critical for this initial feedback. Nevertheless, yeah, this technical part, it's we try to build it very clean, fresh. that you feel comfortable within it. And sometimes you get even into the situation where it can start to feel overwhelming. So we also don't want to confuse our users. So when it happens when you build something, it becomes more and more complex. So for us, it's always like, don't persist in something just because you did it and that you spend time on it, that it should be there. No, if it's not working, then be flexible. And I'm great that with all of our people, like the co-founders and everyone around TopLeader platform, we've followed this mindset. So we are open to different thoughts, practicing different approaches, and seeing what works, and then implement it flexibly and dynamically. So yeah, it's like a tool, when you can build it. Of course, if you got experienced developers, thankfully we have, so it's much easier. There's no this technical debts, you can fix things easier. So it helps definitely, rather than navigating through the same path just because it was done like that. So trying to be always also flexible in the development, so that we can then try to apply something different.
That's interesting, because I feel like, well, what I do want to ask Milan is, how do you then drown out the noise? And what I kind of mean by that is, the only good thing, I feel like feedback is like a double-edged sword, because sometimes you get so much feedback, you don't actually know what's worth implementing. So like, how do you kind of filter that down to ensure that you're doing the top priority thing that's actually going to make the most impact?
Yeah. There's also something what we deal with, I would say, every day. So that, of course, our backlog is huge. We know what could be done, what's like nice to have, and what's must have. We are a company for profit, so we cannot hide from that. Of course, like me as a founder, I have this North Star, having a platform that people praise, that they know and understand that it helps them, and they can spread a word and say positive things about that. So that's like my ideal world. And I'm trying always like to have this kind of approach and trying to look from this angle. Nevertheless, then you got clients who basically ask you to have there some kind of functionality, and then we think, is it just for this particular client, or can this be used also for the others? So basically we need to follow also like what our clients needs, and let's face the truth, if they need it, they have the reason for that. So it makes sense that there's a reason why they would like to have this and that functionality there. Nevertheless, in a parallel, it's good to have the space for this experimenting and trying, even like to do using different tool to elaborate on different thoughts, how it could be incorporated into our platform. So being open and not stubborn, I would say that this is the way how we operate.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And just in relations to clients, what would you say has been like the most surprising reaction that you've gotten from a client that's used the platform, either value or I'd say impact that you've had on them?
What makes me happy, and maybe it's also because the fact that it's still like our second year, so we are not that huge and not that complex. So they are very happy with our reaction and the speed of that. So sometimes, based on the experience they got with different providers, they say, "Oh, we asked for that, and we waited a year for that." And she asked me if they can have certain quite small functionality, and we implemented it in 2 days, and she was like, "Wow!" So this is something. What I believe is also about the trust and building this rapport relationship, and also that they know that they can trust you first, that you can deliver, so positive feedback always makes me happy. and that's what we just try to follow and fulfill the requirements. And sometimes also, prospects, clients are not aware of what would be the best, so you need to try and come up with some suggestion, some solution, and you can discuss it, provide different options. So it goes back again to being open to different scenarios.
Yeah, of course. I think he definitely always has to be ready to surface your client needs. 'Cause at the end of the day, they're the one who's gonna who's gonna come into the business and
Yeah.
put food on the table essentially. But Milan, I did want to ask. So obviously, you've mentioned that during TopLeader's only been established for roughly about 2 years, and I feel like when companies are in the early stages, they're very client centric because they don't have the most clients yet in comparison to big companies. So, what would you say the most challenging part of growing TopLeader while staying like true to the core problems it solves, and then how would you plan to retain the client services once you scale and grow?
Yeah. Also, that I would mention that it goes back to what I guess already said. So being very cautious about the feedback, what you hear. The fact that we are still quite new on the market gives us the opportunity to provide and being, as I said, fast in delivery. On the other hand, it's also good that you can look at the competitors, or what works for them, and eventually what doesn't. If you are really like good listener and you get the feedback also from the market, from the prospects, saying they either lack in something, or they are too expensive with some offer. For us, being that fresh and young, gives us this opportunity to first not be, when it comes to cost, not be that expensive, because we don't have to pay these hundreds and thousands of employees. So this puts us into a very comfort position when it comes to money and to what we ask in comparison to the competitors. And as I said, being that flexible in what we can provide them.
I love your stuff. That's amazing. And I wanted to know, right? You've shared like positive feedback, but is there like a success story that still sticks with you? One that just like really does wow you?
When speaking about competitors, for instance, we know about, of course, a couple of them, maybe more than we would like to, but it's good to be aware that, of course, they are there. And the fact that, for instance, they have been on the market for 10, maybe 15 years means something, and that they had to spend a lot of money and time and energy in profiling their pool of experts. When I look at our pool, for instance, many of our coaches and mentors are actually present also in the competitors pool. So that's something what makes me glad to see that even if we started much later, then the fact that we can come up to different clients with actually the same quality of coaches that the competitors have, and that should be the advantage of them. But in this terms, not necessarily. And the success story, the fact that they are surprised, like how matured and experienced pool of experts we have. Great that you can combine something what has been there already on the market and come up with a little different approach, different way of working and solution, but still providing a damn good quality of service. It's great.
No, it's amazing. I was speaking to the boys yesterday, and we were speaking about a few success stories that we had, and it's just like there's oftentimes, I'll just give you an example. So like Wednesday, I was super tired. I had a call with a client, got off the call, and it was like really positive feedback that I got, and of course told the boys, and there was just I had this like surge of energy, and when we had a debrief yesterday, it was like I was just telling the boys that like when we have these like moments and you get this surge of energy, it's an opportunity for you to just ride that wave of energy, and it it kind of does carry you. So you having that example, of course, it just solidifies the reasons why everyone has a why on why they do certain things. So that almost just solidifies the reasons of why you do it, why you wake up, and why you're committed to the business. So that's it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And cruising on these waves of like being drained and then excited and full of enthusiasm. This is the journey. It's just sometimes I'm not sure if it's a good thing, but sometimes I get these different drifts, like even not like within a week, but sometimes like in a certain part of the day. So it goes like, could have been better. The results, etc. And then again, like excited about another opportunity and something good that we've done, and also looking at how our developers work. It makes me excited as well. Pure magic in a very short time. So I'm really happy for that.
That's amazing. That puts a smile on my face, and it's great, and it's actually just beautiful because you're saying that to me. I'm actually we're fortunate to be having this conversation with yourself, someone of your magnitude. So yeah, we're really grateful. And
exactly.
Speaking of the journey, looking ahead of the journey, I would say, as we're coming to the close of, this year, and I would say it's certainly been a fruitful year. A lot of ups and downs, of course, but again, we ride the wave of energy. What would you say, like, some of the plans are, like, the next 12 months or, starting 2026? What would you say some of the plans are for the future?
Yeah, for us, being in this phase of a startup, it's always important to stabilize the income, the clients base. So that's something what we are working on. So definitely that, maybe being more active when it comes to expansion, so that we can actually expand. There are some opportunities also for some grants, so that would be also very helpful, considering the stage where we are. And so I would like to say also discussions with investors, but I understand like how they look at certain things, and that they really, in many cases, especially also in our field of learning and development and the future of work at tech, that they want to see the traction that grows like in hundreds of percents, and annual recurring revenue being somewhere where we are far away from. So I would be, I would like to say that we might have some constructive discussion also with investors. We had some, but as I said, we need to evolve. Nevertheless, the fact that we are still not backed by an investor, it's bootstrapped, and this, of course, we face limitations when it comes to resources and capacities, etc. But still, we grow, we are there, we go step by step, and this is just another way of how you can build your own company. So if there's an opportunity to welcome an investor, then we are happy to discuss it. But I wasn't born yesterday, so I know that even though they say that they support founders and great teams and ideas and etc., it all comes down to seeing the numbers, and if they are big enough, then they say, oh, this is interesting opportunity. If they are not, then they would wait and jump on the board once I would say risk is minimized. Nevertheless, we are there. We got our vision, our purpose to build a platform that will really serve well for the development and growth of every single user who's onboarded, and that leads us. And we are happy to see that also companies are happy to first try us, and then thankfully we've been also able to convert some of those pilot projects into paying customers, and that's just how our way how we deal with that.
We love that. We love that. Milan, you speak with so much commitment, passion, and just understanding. In short, you know what you want, and yeah, we're certainly in your corner, supporting that wholeheartedly. But I just wanted to shed some light on TopLeader. So for those that are looking for mentorship or coaching, or they want to find out a little bit more about yourself and of course TopLeader, where could we direct them to go to?
Yeah, well, ideally topleader.io, and we have started to be more and more active also on our LinkedIn page. So if you just type down the TopLeader, you can see that our base of followers is growing as well. So as the reactions, so we are happy to see that it resonates, and that's the way how to do that.
Amazing stuff. Yeah, the reactions matter on LinkedIn, and just keeping that engagement. It's nice when you're seeing the numbers 1,000+ when you go into the navigator. But Milan, again, thank you so much for joining us today. As I say, you spoke with so much passion and commitment, and in my opinion, I feel like TopLeader represents the kind of solution that brings like humanity and technology together, which is beautiful. You're not just another company with a dashboard per se. So yeah, but guys, again, that's been another episode of the Navvai Shift. Thank you so much, Milan, Darnell as well, my co-host. We appreciate you, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Darnell. It was great speaking to you, and looking forward to speak to you some other time.
Yes, sir. 100%. Thank you, Milan.
Have a nice day. Bye.
See you.